Realtor with Your Choice Realty, and today I wanted to have a quick video talking a bit about the status of the Toronto real estate market, real estate, condos, and homes, residential. We're going to touch, not going to touch commercial, in 2014 and a bit of projections for 2015. There's so much stuff in the media. It's good, it's bad, it's up, it's down, and if you're not reading very, very carefully what the media is saying and actually looking at the numbers directly, you don't know what's going on. So I'm going to show you how to read these reports, where to find them, and where to find the real information, the reports, so you can read them by yourselves. So we're going to go over what's going on in my office. Then we're going to go through some Toronto Star and Globe industry articles, and then I'm going to show you where to find this information directly and how to access it directly. Okay, great. Okay, so let's start. First site, urbanrealtytoronto.com. This is the site where I post everything from new site sales, VIP, platinum condos, launches, to even rentals, like the NA2 condo for rent that we have on the market right now. As you scroll down, you're really going back in time. You'll get between 1 and 5 posts a week here, sometimes every day, sometimes not every day, depending on how much time we have to post and what's in the pipeline. Right now I have 5 new posts waiting to be released. So if you visit in the site the next day or two, you'll see a lot more information. We've just added how may we help you section, which will add you, we'll basically get email me directly and add you to our newsletter, which comes about twice a month, no more, unless we have something very interesting or important that we'll send some more. There's a YouTube section here that picks a video for you, and it picks a random video from the last 10 or 20 videos or so. The Twitter, which is updated almost daily, sometimes more than once a day, so it's really good. If you go to Twitter, the handle is Yossi Kaplan. Just follow me there. There's about 1,700 people following me right now. We keep here some of the recent promotions, some Google ads, our mailing list, more videos, Google Plus. It just goes on and on and on. More videos, office information you can access from various links, and this is how we go. All right. Here you'll find the latest 5 articles. We've done a lot of work with Riverside and DNA3 Redpath, so it's all here. Okay. Moving to Yorkville Luxury Real Estate, a similar template. Yorkville Luxury Real Estate focuses on new construction. Here we have some information on 155 Redpath. This is not the same information. I do not duplicate information on the sites. It's actually separate information. It may be more information for the same project. We have more of the higher end stuff here, the $500,000 and up, the Yorkville. So X2 is here. There's an estate for sale. There's an interview with me, how to make $1 million investing in Toronto condos, which is a really cool article. And there it is. And you can go here and read it. I'll post a link to it so you can see. And there's also a link to the South Hill Casa Loma deal that we did earlier, end of the summer. Totem condos, there was a 5% offer. How to video, how to make money in real estate. Just goes on and on and on. It's actually a really, really good site. The 2 sites are not the same. There's a lot of information. There's over 2,000 posts on these 2 sites, so there's a lot of stuff you can go and do a search and see what you want to see. All these videos, everything's there. All right. Then there's this site, TorontoCondomsForSale.com. This site is automated. So what happens here? If you click on anything here, you can zoom down and basically see is what's available for sale or for rent. The green is the house. This is the condo. For example, 133 Hazelton, and you want to see what it is. Just jump right in, and it'll show you the listing. And there you have it. And then if you wanted to know about it, you can just email me right here. Okay. There's a section here for featured. So let's see. What's happening at Thompson? Okay, so I'll just click on the Thompson page. It's going to load a quick description about Thompson and a photo. And here are the listings available at Thompson right now. So what's for sale at 1635? This one right here. This is updated automatically, so if it's off the market, it'll disappear from the website. So only stuff that is on the market you'll see here, and it's updated every night. Okay, we have some assignment section here. Homes for sale if you want to see. Let's see what's available in the homes in Toronto for over 2 million. You'd be surprised how many there are on the system right now. And on our system, we have 87 listings just in this area alone. The condos are here, and over 2 million condos. Let's see how many we get here. 49. Okay, so if I wanted something nice, 155 Sinclair, that's pretty cool. And there you go. And that will cost you $3.4 million. And that's what you get. Okay, I also keep a bunch of sites specific for buildings that I really like Bohemian Embassy. It's just a small site, and it just tells you what's available. If you want to see the listings, the public listings are here, and then the for sales and the exclusive are here. So you can just click here, and that link will eventually connect you. Click here, and it connects you back to Toronto Condos for Sale, which is the automated site, and it'll bring you right here and show you what's available. Okay, so these are the units available. It'll show you for sale, and then it'll show you all the rentals. Okay, by address. So 1169. 1171, and then the rentals. Perfect. Radio City, another building that I really like. These are two buildings on Mutual Street, just off Church. I invested in those many, many years back. They've done really, really well. It's a great community right off Church, and you can see some of the articles we have here. And if you want to buy, sell, or rent in Radio City, just give me a shout. I'm just about to post a condo for rent. There's nothing right now available at Radio City. So if you need anything in Radio City, give me a shout. It's right there. Okay. And again, you can go to Toronto Condos for Sale featured and just look for Radio City. And that's it. There's not much available right now. There's units for sale. Okay. Twitter. My Twitter handle is Yossi Kaplan. Please follow me. There's 1,705 followers at the moment. Okay. And what you'll see on Twitter is basically me posting right out of my phone, usually what's available. When I have a new article on one of the blogs, it will also post to Twitter. And sometimes if I'm in a sale or something, it's kind of fun just to show you what's going on, and kind of gives you a bit of a insight to the life of the real estate agent. There you go. Here's the lovely pool at Fashion House. Kind of closed now, but it was a good summer. Coffee. All right, X2 condos. All these, by the way, the moment you click on you get the link, it'll send you back to the website, or in this case, to YouTube. Okay. So if you want to see what's going on in Queen West, click the link. It'll send you back to one of our sites. In this case, it's Urban Realty, and you'll get all the information here. Perfect. Okay, I want to go over the Toronto Star real estate section. I think it's really interesting, but because what the Toronto Star does is it's messing with your head. And the way it does it, the Toronto Star shows you the numbers, but sometimes it will pick a very interesting subject line for articles. In this case, it's actually pretty straightforward. Toronto on track for record house sales this year. This year has been 2014. Now, we've all heard all these, if you Google Toronto real estate bubble, Toronto housing bubble 2014, you'll find dozens of articles of people saying the Toronto market is about to collapse, it's going to be terrible, those were all posted about a year ago at the end of 2013. We're now nearing the end of 2014. None of this happened. None. I'm going to go in the stats in a minute and show you what really happened in Toronto. But at the end, Toronto is a cosmopolitan city. It's one of the best cities in the world to live in. It's after Australia, it's the first out of the Australian continent. It's the best city to live in out of the four remaining continents. So if you want to live anywhere in the world, Toronto is an amazing place to live. So is Vancouver and Calgary, and they're also up on the list there. And whether we're number 2 or 3 or 4, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that this is an amazing place to live. It's fun, it's safe, it's gorgeous. You can go anywhere you want, any day or night. Have great food. Visit Chinatown or Kensington Market or Yorkville, or go by the water, or go for a drive, or whatever you want. It's all here. It's safe. We got great schools. We got great healthcare. You know, find me another place in the world that is so good. I can't, and that's why I'm here. Okay, and that's what it comes down to. Like, you want to live in the best place possible. Toronto is it, and the reason the price is going up so much because a lot of people want to live in this town, and whether they're immigrants or they're just coming from other parts of the country. A lot of people coming from the suburbs. They grew up in the suburbs and they're coming to the city for university and to stay. The jobs, there's a lot of jobs downtown. There's more and more office towers created, which means they create jobs. For every one of these jobs in the office towers, there are other jobs created to support these jobs, whether you got to build a building or service it or feed the people or, you know, provide them with utilities or whatever it is. So it's all in one. It's just growing and growing. It's not going to stop growing. It's not going to collapse. It's going to grow. And whether Toronto grows 5% a year, or 2% a year, 2% or 10% a year, it's irrelevant. The only thing that's relevant to me as a real estate investor is to understand that this is an amazing city, and I'm not the only one who's saying that. There's 8 million people in the metro, and more are coming every day. And that's the bottom line for me, and that's why you see so many people buying here, whether they're going to live in themselves or they're going to rent it out. Most people that buy larger units will live in them. Most people that buy the smaller units will rent them out. We don't have any apartment buildings made, and those we have are really old. Nobody wants to live in them, although some of them are being renovated now, but they're just not enough. So we need more, and what happens with the small condos, they become the rentals. And I'm not the only one that saying that. That's just how it is. And there is a market that we need to service, and that's why I'm a real estate investor. And later on, I became a real estate agent, but I was a real estate investor first. And 15 years ago, I saw the potential of the city. I came to Toronto over 20 years ago. It was just recovering for that horrid recession. At times, it really rough, but you know what? It wasn't long ago after I came here that I bought my first place because the prices were really cheap. It's an amazing place to live, and I saw the potential, and I was right about it. And Toronto is still exploding, going to explode in the next 10 and 20 years. I cannot see how it's not going to happen unless third world war is coming to something like that, which I don't think it is. Toronto is home. Prices were up 8.5% for the same period, year over year. Average day-to-day price combined, $563. We all know that the homes are about $1 million now, and the condos average about $400,000. Okay, that average doesn't really mean any much besides statistics, because it's not you're gonna find an average creature to buy for this kind of amount. Average home is $1 million. Average condo is $400,000. If you're an investor, I always tell my investors buy below the 4. I like to buy in the 280 to 350 range, because that range will give you the most amount of flexibility to grow quickly, especially if you're buying pre-construction. I advise all my clients, and we always look for these amazing floor plans that in a 280 to 350 range. Sometimes we like to go for a larger unit, sometimes even the 2 stories, sometimes even the penthouse, depending on the area that we invest in. If we're investing in a more luxurious area, we always look at the penthouse, because sometimes $1 million penthouse is worth a lot and can do it really, really well on rents and on appreciation. Okay, resale condos, we're up, transaction up 20% in September. Okay, why is that? Why are resales going so well? 32% in the 905, 15% in the 416. That is amazing. Prices up 7%, 9.2 in the city of Toronto, and 3.5 in the 905 region. So in the 905, people are buying a lot more condos. They have more land, so there's more room to build. So the price is growing slower. And in the city, you know, we kind of out of lots, so now we have to do infills and buy old buildings and build on top of them, or take them out and put new projects in. So that's why you see the price in Toronto rising faster. Okay, and the core of cities usually will rise faster. That there's more demand, more people want to be there, especially the newcomers to town. They don't know right and left, so they prefer to live on the subway line or near the schools they go to or whatever. And then I think as people get more comfortable with the city, and maybe they're become a family, then they're going to start moving out, looking for that larger space outside of the core. They don't need the core anymore. So that explains it. Okay. So average price of condos about 400, 395. So it's, it'll be 4 in no time. And it's 3 in the 905 regions, again, because they have a larger supply. Houses, prices went up by 11.5% in the city and 8% in the suburbs, okay? Detached 951, it's about to be a million soon, and 650 in a 905. So there you have it. You can read the rest yourself. I'll post a link for you in the comments of this video. But what this is teaching me, and what I'm understanding from this, is the city is growing, okay? I urge you to go to the real estate section of the Star and read it with a magnifying glass, okay? It's very interesting to see how in the same section in the Toronto Star, you get kind of a right and left. Condo rental demand sees slowest pace of growth in 2 years. Guess what? When you go in here, they tell you 2 interesting things. One is it's grew by 10% in the third quarter, okay? 10%, that means there's 10% more leases happening. So it's not all the new condos that we're building are vacant. There's actually very low vacancy in Toronto. It's under 2%, which is natural. Some condos just in between getting renovated or whatever. It's really nothing. It's less than 1 in 50 condos is available for you to rent. And 10% growth, okay? And the average rental, it was here somewhere, something like, here, $1,870 average rent for a condo. Now, all these deals that pay you $3 a foot, that means that, you're looking at 623.3 square feet condo. 620 square feet condo will average you $1,870. That's without the parking, and that's at $3 a foot. Areas like Casa Loma, areas like Yonge and Eglinton, areas like King West would pay upwards of $4 a foot now, okay? So before you buy a condo, make sure you do your homework. I can give you the numbers. Reach out to me, and I can give you the information regarding what area is doing well, which area is doing even better, what are the rents, what you expect to rent, how long I think it'll take you to rent that unit, what can you get for it if you want to flip it or sell it. Ask me. I will answer you, and I'll just give you the numbers the way they are, okay? I don't really change anything. I'll just give you the information. You can make a decision. All right. National home sales drop in September, except for, of course, Ontario, Alberta, BC. Houses price moderating. They are going up. Whether they're going up by 5% or 4% or 9% or 8%, it really, to me, as a long-term investor, I don't really care about these things, because all I care for is to know that the city is growing, okay? Toronto on track for record house sales. Okay, that was the one we looked at. It just goes on and on. No, thank you. Okay, quick jump into the Globe and Mail real estate section. The Globe and Mail real estate section is under the home and design, and you see it's less bothering with the numbers and more about the prettiness of things, which is fine. They always show one of these Leslie Villa Beaches home, I should say the beach, that's selling by 100, 200,000 over asking. There you go. One of the agents that lives in the Thompson got a good price on his place and sold it quickly. I really like this one here, and that's a story about the Toronto Waterfront, who's been in. It's been in the works since John Campbell took over their CEO 10 years ago or so. And that's really amazing, because what's going to happen in the Toronto Waterfront is complete revitalization from a bunch of junkyards and unused area to beautiful area to live, cleaned up, green, environmental, and a whole bunch of beautiful places to live. You can see some here. There's Pier 27. There's Mon, there's a whole bunch of projects coming in there. And if you're interested in that area, give me a shout. I think it's going to be a really, really nice place to live. It's basically from Yonge eastwards to Jarvis and Sherbourne. Sherbourne Commons is great. H2O Park to the west of it. And it's just Course Entertainment is just wonderful. So that's there, okay? Okay. Toronto Real Estate Board. Toronto Real Estate Board is where you get your numbers, okay? So the market update is here, and then you want to click on Market Watch, and then you can click on the PDF, and that will give you the latest Market Watch right now, September 2014, October. Should probably be released in about 3 weeks. Actually, probably less, 2 weeks. Okay, but what we can learn from September is this. Look here at the sales and look at the average price. The average, and that's what the Toronto Star, by the way, is taking the numbers. I always urge you to look at the PDF directly because that's where it's at. So we'll start here, MLS activity. September 2013, 7,257 units were sold. That could be condo, home, whatever, anything on MLS. And here, 8,000 is about 800 units more, which is over 10%. Amazing. And why more transactions? Because we have more product, people. Okay, the market is growing by number of people, by number of product, whether it's homes or condos or anything on MLS. That MLS listing. There's just more product, there's more people, there's more transactions. Those who are selling, they usually upgrade. And those who are buying are usually getting into the market or maybe buying a second unit. Most times on MLS, what you see on MLS, since it's a resale, the buyers on MLS will be first-time home buyers or upgraders, right? Because they're buying resale. Most of the investors these days will buy pre-construction. And the average price on MLS, and then again, that's average for 416905 from 532 to 573. That's 10% up, more or less. That's huge. So in sales, 10.9, new listings 5.8, active listing less because people are hanging more to what they have. Average price is up by 7, and days on market is reduced to 25. Very fast. Okay. And here's your summary. So in the 416, where I'm at, there's over 1,000 detached homes sold. 313 semis, 300 townhomes, and 1,376 condos. Why so many condos? Because they're more affordable. But look, it's 15% more condos, 15.6% condos sold as resale, and the average price is 9.2. So we just at $400,000 average for condo, and almost $1 million for a home. That's incredible, people. That's the new reality of Toronto. If you're not getting in today, you'll get in tomorrow, but every day that passes, it's going to inch up. There's no other way to save you from inflation, from this crazy market pendulum swing movements. Real estate is safe, it's stable, and you get income. Okay, so that's what you see in here. Okay, moving on. That's the same one. I'll go back. Okay. Market Watch, there's the condo market report that you can see here. This will give you just the condo numbers. Okay, so it's the information we saw before, but that's just the condos. So if I look here, the city of Toronto, you're looking at 4,233 sales for the third quarter. For the third quarter times 4, that's 17,000 condos sold. Average price 382 in the city of Toronto. Okay, and it's a growth of about just over 13% growth. Okay, less active listings, average price is up, and average days on market reduced to 34. Okay, and then you can go in and just as much as you want. There's a lot of information here. Okay, I'll let you do this by yourselves. So what have we learned here? I think we learned that the market is very strong. It's doing really, really well. The fact that TREB, the reporting of TREB is making me feel very good about what's going on, because a lot of people say, yeah, it's all investors and they're not from Canada. It's not true, people. They're all Canadians. They may not speak English as their first language, but they are Canadians, okay? I'm a Canadian. My English is not my first language. I'm still a Canadian. I'm not a foreign investor. I have a passport. So there are many people like me. There are many people like you. You may be born in Canada, maybe born in another country. Most of the investors are Canadian. They live here, they work here, they pay taxes here, they have families here, they consume here, they pay taxes. I said that already, and that's why it's very exciting news. I think you're going to see this trend continuing. I don't know what the pace is going to be. I'm not an economist, but definitely I think we're going to see these things moving on. Okay, house pricing index is here. There was another chart. Not sure where it was. Okay. Here we go. Here's an annualized average Toronto MLS sale price. You can see what happened here. Everybody talks about the late 80s. What happened here was it just went too fast. Inflation went too fast. The prices went too fast. It's not natural. If you look here, we have a very nice and steady increase, and you can see the last few years, the increase is a faster pace, but it's still consistent, and that's what I look for. I look for something which is consistent. If I see a huge jump here from 84 to 88, that doesn't make any sense to me. But we're not in this situation now. We're in a situation where it just keeps going up nice and slow, and that's what you want to see. Whether next year the price will go up by 1% or 3% or 5% or 8%, it doesn't really matter to me, because I know that the rents I'm getting from my tenants are fixed. Okay, that tenant is going to pay me $2,000 every month, and they're not going to move because moving is costly. Average tenant stays for 3 years. Some stay more, and I treat my tenants really, really well. I don't bother them. Anything breaks, I fix it right away, and that's it. And there's really almost nothing to get to break in condos. Maybe the dishwasher every 8 years, but it's negligible. You can write it off. And it's just an amazing investment. If you're buying a home, especially if you bought an old home, then you're going to have to maybe fix some more things or tend to the home some more. But still, a lot of people are doing this because it's a great way to supplement your income and to pay your mortgage by buying a duplex or a triplex and renting out 1 or 2 of the units in your home, and covering up for your mortgage and other expenses, and basically having someone else pay for your property. And that's, my friends, is how 90% of the world's millionaires did it. They're not rich. They were not millionaires. They weren't making crazy amount of money. They bought real estate. They rented it out. They took care of it, and they just held it. Okay. In Toronto, what you'll see is new investors, usually they buy something. They may hold it if they can and buy more, or they're going to refinance since the value went up after 4 or 5 years, take some money out, reinvest. Or sometimes they flip it, whether it's by assignment or just sell it on the open market a couple of days after it closed, a couple of years after it closed. Whichever it is, it doesn't matter. The understanding here is what you got to do is you got to buy real estate, hold it, make it a cash flow positive investment. I've shown you many, many ways to do it, and that's the only way. All right? Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Any questions or comments, reach out to me right here. Bye-bye.